Alright guys, and welcome back to another video. It is currently July 3rd, 2023, and as you can see, we are back down in the lovely home gym, aka the dungeon. What a day today turned out to be. It was my planned deadlift day after somewhat of a deload week all week last week. A huge cheat day on Saturday. Go check that video out. 12,000 plus calories. So I felt like my body was going to be recovered, refueled, and ready to rock this morning for my deadlift session. So I got down here, started warming up. You'll see in the video. I'm going to kind of walk you through that. As you see in the video, I warmed up pretty good. Everything felt okay. And I had a plan in mind, well, somewhat of a plan. And the goal was just to pull heavy and see what happens, again, based off of my deload week last week and a huge day of a huge calorie intake day on Saturday, 12,000 plus calories. So I was really optimistic about this morning, and it just did not go as I planned it to. So I ended up warming up okay. Every weight felt okay as I warmed up. Things felt okay moving forward. I ended up getting up to my top set, 635. The goal was definitely to go above 635 this morning, and I just did not feel well at all, did not feel good. It moved okay, as you see in the video, but it did not feel the way it moved. It just felt off. Mentally, I was just not in it. And again, hey, you're gonna have those days. Left the gym and get myself ready. I had to go to work, get things situated, and get my day started, basically. So went to work, had all my meals, basically, all my red meat, some veggies, my typical meals that I usually have throughout the day. And it really irritated me that, I had this plan in place and it didn't go the way I wanted it to. And again, the reason, usually I'll push through and at least complete the workout, but this morning it just felt off. It felt almost injury prone to where I was and how things felt. My shoulder and pec was really pulling and tugging. My hamstring was extremely tight. So the body just was not ready. So again, I had to pull myself back and get myself ready for the day and regroup. But throughout the day, again, the mind is just taking over. And I'm just thinking, no quitter. So I got to come back. I got to persevere. I got to push through this. So I ended up getting home from work, refocusing, hydrating up, getting ready, getting situated, getting my mind right. So I came back down in the afternoon around 5 o'clock. The morning workout started about 4:30. Between 4 and 4:30 was when my first set. I started warming up between 3 and 3:30. My first working set started around 4. And then right around 5 o'clock is when I started preparing for my heavy lift, 5 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, did not go well, so I pulled myself back, regrouped. Ended up coming back this afternoon, 5 o'clock, getting situated. Felt it's just, just as good as I did in the morning with my warm-ups, but as the weight started getting heavier, I noticed my grip was better. Everything was firing right, my hamstrings, my glutes, my lower back, my grip was good. Everything seemed to be firing pretty well. So I ended up working myself up to, a heavy top set today, and ended up pulling 675 for a double, and I weighed in under 230 this afternoon. So that was 675 for 2 reps, touch and go. My little soft on my lockout on the second rep, but again, 675 for a double, under 230 pounds is a huge max for me, so I'm really happy with that. You'll notice in the video a little bit too, and I'll kind of talk through it, a little bouncing going on. I don't know what that is. Maybe my central nervous system was a little tapped from this morning and just kind of playing around with that shakiness at the top of the lift when I was bouncing. It's definitely no hitch, but it was a little bounce in both of those reps at 675. So, but all in all, I am pleased. I'm happy. I'm glad I was able to push through. I was able to mentally prepare and get myself ready to do this again, rather than waiting till tomorrow and regroup. And I had a plan in place. I knew what I needed to do. I knew I needed to push myself. I had prepared for Monday for deadlifting. I had prepared all week deloading. I ate like a madman on Saturday, and so I just knew that today I had to do something. So it didn't work out in the morning, but I was able to mentally regroup, stay focused, have that hunger alive and that drive, motivation, perseverance, and I was able to push through and get a decent max effort pull this afternoon for actually 2 reps. So really pleased with that. I worked through the rest of the workout. I did some really deep good mornings, really lightweight, 135. Ended up doing 5 sets of 8. Again, we'll walk through that in the video as well. And then I finished up like I always do with leg curls and hamstrings, 5 sets of 10. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how I pushed myself today. Hey, when it's not going, just always have plans, always keep that brain working. You'll know whether you're ready to go or not. But again, make sure you're always staying focused and prepare yourself. I never knew that I would come back 12 hours later, add 40 pounds and 1 extra rep to my deadlift from this morning. So I'm really happy with that. So hope you enjoyed the video. Shouldn't be long, should be quick, and we'll kind of walk you through today. But as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, well, let's walk through this thing. Here is the morning session. Here is 405 for a warm-up. 405 felt great, to be honest. Moved really good, quick. Lockout was great. Everything felt really good with 405. I jump up to 495 here, and once again, things felt decent. So, you know, everything was on point, feeling good, right where I needed to be. So I jump up to 585. 585 is usually kind of my make it or break it point. 585 feels good. I know I'm going to have a good day. But if it feels kind of crappy, then I know it's not going to be the best day. And to be honest, this didn't feel too bad. Moved quick, lockout was strong, and everything seemed to be okay. And then here's 635. This is just another stepping stone to where I'm headed for the day. Definitely planned on getting over this weight. But as soon as I got down, I felt lightheaded. I just felt off. It just didn't feel like the right position. And then as soon as I started pulling the weight, my grip started pulling away from me, which then really threw off everything at the top of the lift. And it just wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. You know, it moved okay. I was able to lock it out, but for the most part, it just did not feel good. So we had to move on. I called it quits there, got ready for work, got everything situated, and went off to work. And of course, throughout the whole day, I'm irritated thinking about, you know, what do I got to do to fix this? You know, I have a plan. I had a deload week. I had a huge cheat day and a huge calorie intake over the weekend, 12,000 plus calories. And so I said, I got to do something. So I went back down and I got myself refocused and started warming up again with another plan in mind. As you just saw, that was 405. Also, please notice that I've taken the blocks and or pads away from. There's 495, moved good. I took the pads and or if you want to call it a block, I usually put the weights up on some pads. I think in the morning I was using 405 pads on either side, which raises it up a little bit, puts me in somewhat of my weak point. So I completely removed those and straight up deadlift here. Here is 585, getting focused, hoping again, 585 is that make or break. If I can pull this decent, I know I'm gonna move up and things are gonna feel okay. Again, 585 is a great tester for me to let me know how the day is going to go. So getting focused here and getting ready to see what this weight feels like. Again, pads are gone. This is a straight up, right off the floor deadlift. And I am ready to see what happens here. Completely focused, as you can see. I might be taking too much time actually, but don't let, mentally it could be messing me up, but moved good. Lockout was strong. If I get that bar past my knees, my lockout, it's one of my strong points. I'm definitely gonna lock it out. And so here's 675. I made a jump from 585 to 675. I skipped that 635 and went right to 675. So as you can see, a couple different things happening for this second session of the day. I moved the pads out. I got more focused. There you see a brand new thing, a nose torque. So that hit me really good. But as you can see, again, the pads are gone. Just seem to be in a better space mentally and physically. And again, I've been focused on this all day. I had a plan. I had just ready to go. So here's 675. Again, like I said, I skipped out on 635. I said screw that weight, and I jumped right to 675. And I pulled it pretty good. It felt good. Here's the bounce. See that bouncing? I don't know if that's, again, central nervous system, but I'll do it again here in my second rep. There it is again. Little soft. I could have sat back a little bit more. Knees were a little soft, but overall, very pleased and excited and proud. And, I'm glad I pushed through that. I really am. So after this, after the deadlift, I moved over into some good mornings. And I'm pretty tapped at this point after pulling, pretty heavy, both in the morning and now at night again. So I just kept it really light and focused on, some deep good mornings, get a good stretch in my back, hamstrings, really focus on speed at the bottom of the hole coming out, make sure I'm really firing up when I'm coming up. Again, 5 sets of 8 reps here with good mornings. And I love good mornings. They're huge. If you're not doing good mornings, you should be. They're huge for your deadlift. They're huge for your squat. A great lower back, hamstring, accessory movement. Huge carryover for your squat and deadlift, though, for sure. And then here I go finishing up with, of course, leg curls and hamstrings. Ended up doing 5 sets of 10. Not too heavy weight, just really kind of focusing on the hamstrings, getting a lot of blood in there, and trying to wrap this workout up. But overall, really pleased with how all of this went. Again, got to stay focused. If your plan does not go as you plan it to be, regroup, refocus, and do what you can. So with that, like, share, and subscribe. Comment, please. I'd love to hear about your approaches to something like this, about regrouping or whatnot. But again, comment. And again, thanks for watching.